everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, a big hello. My name is Helen and I am a mum to 4 big kids. Today I'm doing a cooking video. So I do different videos here. I do some quick and easy, generally it's quick and easy, meals for families and stuff. And also I do shopping hauls and sometimes I do little chit chats as well. So if you like that kind of content, then please like and subscribe to my channel where you'll be able to see a lot more. Today I have decided to do a chili con carne. So, you know, a recipe that most people know. They've got their own versions. You've had versions of it sort of gone down through the families and stuff like that. This is not one of those recipes. It is one, I don't know if I found it somewhere years and years ago, or I don't even know where I got it from, but I've been cooking it for years. So I've got a couple of kids that absolutely love chili and ask for it a lot, and then a couple of kids that hate chili. So I just thought I'd do a nice recipe that is relatively cheap. It's quick and it's easy. So again, I like to use frozen onions and garlic and stuff just to make life quicker in the food preparation and also with the cooking. So if you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But that's one of my tips, just to make things a little bit quicker for you and a bit easier. So basically we just have to do things to suit ourselves. You know, you suit your family, you suit what you know your life is all about and all the things you have to do. You know, I'm a pretty busy person and I struggle with things like food prep sometimes, so I just buy things that make my life easier. I try to make dinners that are quick, they're easy, and if I can use 1 or 2 pans only, I love it. So anything to save on the washing up, in my opinion. So yeah, take a look at this video and I hope you feel inspired to try it. If you like it, you know, give it a good thumbs up. Let me know if you've tried the recipe and you enjoy it. Also let me know how you make yours. What differences do you have in your chili compared to mine? So yeah, let me know. So here we have some minced beef, some frozen onions, garlic, frozen garlic, got a tin of tomatoes, we have a tin of red kidney beans, and we also have some spices and herbs there. We've got thyme, chili flakes and mild chili powder. Okay, so I always start by filling up my pan of water for the rice. I'm just going to switch that on just to start boiling up in the background. Okay, so I'm just putting some salt in the water for the rice. And I'm just going to start heating this pan up and I'm going to put the mince and the onions and the garlic in there. This is a 750 gram packet, but I'm not actually going to use the whole packet. It's quite a large one. Not everybody eats chili. So there's a few people in this family that absolutely love it and ask for it often, but there's also a couple that don't like it. So I'm going to put about half in. So I'm just going to start browning that off anyway. So I do use bags of frozen onions for meals like this. Makes absolutely no difference that they're frozen, but what it does is it makes this meal a lot quicker. I'm going to put loads in just to bulk it up, but you can put as many or as little as you like. I also use chopped frozen garlic as well. This means that I don't have to sit there prattling around trying to break up garlic and mince it, and then I don't have my hands smelling of it. So we like a lot of garlic in this family, so I reckon that's probably about 3 or 4 cloves of chopped up garlic. And I'm just going to mince this all around, break up that minced beef, and just keep stirring. By using the frozen ingredients, it just does make life quicker and easier. Like if you're a busy person and you just want to get a quick dinner done, this saves so much prep time, and it saves on the cooking time as well. If you have some issues where maybe you aren't able to prep food, again, this is absolutely brilliant. Does make life so much easier. So anyway, I'm just gonna cook all that off. When the mince is browned, then we'll start adding in some. So that is starting to brown up nicely. Just gonna give that a few more minutes. Just make sure you're breaking down the lumps as well. Or you don't have to get all of them out if you don't want to. It's really personal preference. I try and break down as many of the lumps as I can. What I'm just doing in this other pan here is just an alternative for people that don't like spicy foods or bits and pieces. So I'm just doing exactly the same thing to start off with, using the rest of the mince, some onions and some garlic, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing and then change things up a little bit. Okay, so now as you can see, there's no fat in this pan. This was quite a low fat mixture anyway. I think it was 5%, I can't remember, 5 or 10%. So I'm just going to turn that heat down for a second. I want to start adding in the flavourings now, and we don't want the pan to burn, but we do need to fry off the flavour. So I'm going to add in a tablespoon of thyme. So this isn't a huge batch of mince. Usually I make a bigger batch. I would put more in. So hopefully I'll get these measurements correct. Now I like to stir in between each addition. I don't think it's necessary. This might just be a weird quirk that I have. I really don't know. Or maybe there is actually something behind it. I haven't got a clue. But anyway. Then I'm going to add some mild chilli powder. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of this. Again, you know yourself, you know your family. You need to adjust this depending on how hot or not hot you want it. My kids who like chili, or who love chili, like it relatively hot. So I'm just gonna fry that off for a couple of minutes. I'm also going to add some crushed chili flakes. Now these are hot and they are going to make this quite hot. Obviously you can add in fresh chilies as well. I don't buy them personally, but they would obviously be a good addition as well. And I'm just going to put a very, very kind of teaspoon of, but definitely not a packed teaspoon of that, because that is hot. Obviously if you love a hot chilli, I would put more of the crushed chilli flakes in personally. Yep, so just put that around the pan just for a couple of minutes, just to fry off the flavours. As you can, no you can't see, the water over there is boiling, so now I'm going to add the rice in, because this is about the perfect time to get that cooked and ready. But keep stirring this pan so the spices don't So I'm going to add in a cup of rice. I haven't quite got a full cup, but it'll probably be enough, and they'll top it up with salad, and they might actually have a wrap with theirs as well, I don't know. So this has now been cooking for 3 minutes maybe. I'm really sorry, I actually don't time anything. And yeah, I'm using the same spoon, don't care. Saves on the washing up, and it's just going to go straight back in this pot, and it's not going anywhere else, so don't worry. So now we are going to add in a couple of other bits. So I have a tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm not going to put the whole tin in because this is a smaller portion of mince, and I want to save some for the other dish. And it's only really just to give it some texture, really. You don't have to put these in. I like the texture of having like the chunks of tomatoes in there. Obviously if you've got fresh tomatoes, throw them in. I try to use food that is already in the cupboard. I'm trying to cook on a budget, so I haven't added in anything extra. And like I said, I didn't need that whole tin of tomatoes, but I'm actually going to put it in another dish, so just trying to be resourceful. I also have some passata. Now this I think makes it really nice and rich. This is a 500-gram carton, but I don't think we're going to need all of it, so I'm just going to have a look. So that's about half. And what you want is quite a wet consistency, but not that there's so much sauce and not enough of the meat. There will be some kidney beans going in here, so we want to save obviously some liquid for that. So I'm going to put a little bit more in. In fact, I might as well just throw the whole lot in, because that's basically the whole carton. If it's a bit wet, it's a bit wet. Personally, I like it on the wetter side. I think it's just nicer to eat with rice and salad when it's nice and... okay, so that's all in there now. I'm going to bring this up to the boil. Now I'm just going to add some salt and pepper as well. Some pepper. So every time I stir the chilli, I tend to go back and just stir the rice, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan, and just have a little look at it, just see how it's getting on. As you see now, you can probably hear it, it's just coming to the boil. So I have drained a tin of kidney beans, and I've just rinsed them as well, so I'm just going to add these in now. I've just got all the kidney beans there, and then I'm going to turn the heat down as well. Just going to stir them through, and these need to cook out I think for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So I'm just going to leave it to gently simmer for 20 minutes. And I don't usually put a lid on, but I think I'm actually going to put a lid on this time, and see how we get on. Oh no, that's not the right lid. That's the lid for the bigger pot I've got, but I can't find this one, so this will just have to do. Right, so I've got the rice is just cooking away. I'm just going to let the chili con carne simmer. Rice has got a way to go yet, so leave it like that. And I'm just going to concentrate on my other dish while that one is cooking. Okay, so as you can see, this has now got a really nice thick texture and consistency. It's at this point I would suggest that you just try it and see if you want to add any more flavourings or spices or anything into it. Just going to leave that for a bit longer. Okay, so the rice is nearly ready, and then I'll just drain that and put it to the side. In this extra pan, what I did was I added a few of the potatoes, oh my god, I added a few of the tomatoes that were left in the can, and I've added some beef gravy and a vegetable OXO cube. Don't knock it until you've tried it. It's actually really nice with the tomatoes in it as well. So I'm just going to let that simmer away and get nice and soft really. I've added a bit too runny gravy in there, so I need to thicken that up in a minute. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of salt to that one, because obviously that's got the OXO cube and gravy in it, so it doesn't need a lot of salt. And some pepper. And then I'm just going to add in some herbs as well. Just going to stick some herbs de Provence. Probably mullered that pronunciation. Yeah, just going to let that cook away. If you find this gets a little thick, you can always add a little bit of water or some stock or something to it. I'm quite happy with the consistency of this one. Just going to give it a little bit longer just to simmer away, just to get those kidney beans cooked all the way through. Okay, so that's had a good 15, probably 20 minutes actually of just simmering away now. Really happy with that. It looks really good, so I'm just going to start dishing it up. And here is my chili con carne with rice and salad.